I just want to talk about the openers real quick. I have these stats here for Imran Butt. So Imran Butt averages around 36 in first class cricket, and this is despite this amazing season that he had. He in 2019 2020 he averaged around 60, which was the basis for his selection. But despite that, he averages around 35, and I think he only has one season out of 5 or 6 that he's averaged above 40. Now, I feel like those stats are pretty horrible, especially considering it's domestic cricket. And selecting someone based on that one season, now you can have a lot of factors why someone can score a lot in one season. You could have extreme, like, batting friendly conditions. You could have very weak bowling lineups. You could just have a run of really good form. You could have luck. There's so much, right? So you should just the fact that he's only done well in one out of a bunch of seasons, I don't think that bodes well. And we saw it against South Africa where he really struggled, right? Against Zimbabwe, this bowling lineup of Zimbabwe, I feel, is actually weaker than our domestic cricket bowling lineup. So I don't think I would take much away from this series in terms of the batting.
Okay, we'll get back to their bowling in a bit, but I just want to talk about Imran Butt. You mentioned him as well.
Yeah.
91 in the first innings, it was decent. But you spoke about his domestic. I have his stats here. First class average, you mentioned, it's around 37.
Yeah.
Strike rate of 51, which is pretty progressive. If you look at how our current batsmen are batting, getting anything above 50, I think, compared to the other batsmen in our team, it's decent. It's progressive. It's not too fast, but I mean, I'd call it decent. Although, world cricket, the way it's moving forward, you do want to have, 80, 90 test strike rate. That's what moves the game forward because the dimensions are changing of the game. About Imran Butt, one thing I noticed while doing research on him, he has scored 10 hundreds in his first class career. I think that was the backing. That was one of the main reasons why he was selected. I understand your point that there's so many other players that there's so much opportunity cost, aligned to this decision. But that's the job of the selector, basically. So let's
just one thing about the 1000s you mentioned. Yeah. I think you have to look at that in context. He's played a lot of first class games. I think he's played like 100 plus first class games, and 1000s in that, I don't think it's that impressive personally.
Okay.
And just watching, the stats back it up. If you just watch him bat, he's an amazing fielder.
He's
probably
played
the
so
best,
well. Did you watch? He's a stylish player,
But just, I don't know, against good bowling lineups, it's different.
Basically, what I feel is we tested him too early. You mentioned going to South Africa, difficult pitch, similar to how we tested Danish. But the pitches do play a part, Ali. When someone's on debut.
Those were home pitches.
Yeah. So what I basically feel is that, we do need to give, once we select someone, we should give them their due chance,
Fair enough.
So basically that's what I feel. And he showed it, he showed it yesterday, the way he played, some beautiful straight drives. He was middling the shots. Even if he was going to the field, he was middling them. That's one thing I liked about Imran. But